Hey, what's going on everyone? Jadantastic here, and today I figured I would do a tutorial on how to make seamless maps line up correctly. So if you're wanting to make like a map room or, something cool with maps, I guess, and you want to make sure that they line up correctly. I've seen a lot of people saying that they're not really sure how to do it, or it gets confusing, and their maps don't line up correctly, or something like that. So I figured that I would show you guys the simplest way that I know how to make a seamless map, and yeah, let's just get started. So I made this world. It's newly generated. It's creative mode with cheats, obviously, because I'm not going to do this in survival. That would take way too long. Um, but I just loaded this map up, so I haven't gone anywhere. This is the exact spawn point. So, a list of the raw materials. Oh, hey, horse. A list of the raw materials that you're going to need for this. To start out, you need 216 sugarcane, which is going to be used to make 216 pieces of paper. You're going to need 36 iron and 9 redstone to make 9 compasses. 72 of the paper that you made plus 9 of the compasses are going to be put together to make 9 maps, because this is a 3x3 wall. And 144 of the paper and 9 maps, which will be 9 zoomed maps, because that is basically how you make the maps become seamless and line up together, is you want to have them all zoomed out the same. So let's go ahead and get started. This horse is bouncing around everywhere. To go ahead and get started, let's see, we're gonna need, yeah, I got an achievement. Let's see, we need, where am I at? Decorated blocks. We want a crafting table. I find it the easiest way to do with a crafting table. Let's see, we need lots of paper. So we're going to take a bunch of stacks of paper. Hopefully that's enough. And maps, of course, obviously. So, yeah, I'm not going to show you guys how to make compasses or the actual maps themselves. I'm sure you know how to do that by now. It's been in Minecraft for quite some time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place this crafting table right here, wherever you want to start, whatever area you want to be the center of your map. So in this case, oh yeah, let's go ahead and set up our wall. So we'll do like that. And then we need some item frames to put our maps in. Cool. So that is the setup for our map wall. Go ahead and put these up here. Put these up here because I don't really need these out. Okay, so this block, the block that you are starting out where you just put the crafting table, is going to be this map. It's going to be the center map. So when you're ready to generate that map, pull out an empty map like so, bring it out, and it's going to generate. And once it is done generating, I think this is where a lot of people get hung up, because they just start generating maps and they try to walk along and it doesn't actually, perform the way that they want it to. So in order to zoom this map out correctly, you want to put it on the crafting table like that and surround it with paper. This is going to zoom it one time. So boom, there you go. You just zoomed it out one time. You're going to want to put it back in one more time, because I like to do my maps at the 512 zoom view. I think you get a better area view. They're not too big, so that it's not that detailed, and it doesn't take that long to fill them up. It'll take a while if you're on foot. I'm going to fly around to do it, obviously, but there you go. So we've now zoomed this map out twice. So if we look at it again, you can see that we are now a much smaller area. We're not taking up the entire map at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly around and finish filling up this map, and then we will get started again when I come back. So sit tight. Alright guys, I'm back. I finished filling up the map. I just flew around really quick to circle everything up, bring it all in, generate the whole thing. So now we have our first map. So what we want to do is, on our wall, we want to, come on, there we go, place the map just like that. So now we have our center map right there, and we want to fill in the rest of these edges. So in order to do that, you remember earlier I said that this is the 512 zoom level. So we zoomed out the first map twice. So what that means is now you just have to do a little bit of simple math to figure out how to fill in the rest of these blocks. So in order to do that, you look up your coordinates. X and Z are the only ones that matter when you're making a map. Y doesn't matter because that's the height, and you're always going to be on the ground when you're doing it, so it doesn't matter as long as your X and your Z is correct. So this first block is on X 245 and Z 204. So in order to make the correct map pieces, which the easiest ones are the top piece, the bottom piece, the left side, and the right side. The corners I'll talk about here a little bit later, but these are the easiest ones. So in order to do these, let's see what direction this is. So if I go this way, so my X is not changing and my Z is going up. So what we want to do, since the Z is going up, this is going to be the direction that I go first. Z is going up. So I want to start here on this block and keep my X the same at 245, but I want to add 512 to the Z block because that's the zoom level that we are currently at. So in order to do that, when I stop walking, my position will be 245X and what is it, 716Z. So we're going to head that direction. We'll fly over here really quick. I'll go ahead and speed this up so you don't have to wait. Alright, so here we are at 245 and 716. You can see up there in the top left that those are the correct coordinates. So now what you want to do is pull out another empty map, start to generate it. Okay, and then just like last time, I'm going to take the map, put it in the center, surround it with paper. Do that 2 times, so you just saw I clicked it, put it back in the center, so we just zoomed it out twice. So there we go. Take the paper back out, pull up the map again, and you will see that this is the exact same zoom that the first map was, this little area right here. So I am going to fly around once again and fill out this map, and then I'm also going to go ahead and fly back to where we're building the wall, and I will see you when I get there. Alright guys, we are back at our map wall. I finished filling in the rest of the map, a lot of open water there. So now what you want to do is place this map on your map wall, and hopefully this actually worked out correctly and the Z is that direction, so it should be this bottom piece. Yes, it is. So notice how that lines up just right. You can't tell, there's no seams, it just looks like one continuous map. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do one more. I'm going to cut out as much of it as I can, but I'm going to go ahead and fly that direction because we just came from that direction. So I'm going to go fly that direction and fill in this top piece just so you can see how that works, and then I'll explain how to do the corners and stuff. So I will see you when I get to this center point, which is actually going to be let's see, that'll be negative, so it's going to be 245x, which is the same. Remember, we're at 245x right now, and the z is the only thing that changes, and it's going down if we head into this direction. So we want it to be x 245, z negative 308. So I will see you when I get there. Alright, so we are back. I am in the center point at x 245 because that did not change, and z negative 308. I went ahead and placed the crafting table because that's what we use. This is that old map that we no longer need. We want to have one more empty map, look at it, wait until it generates, and there we go. Place it in the center on the crafting table, surround it with 3 paper, grab it, put it back in the middle, grab it. Boom. There you go. Grab the paper, put it back, look at the map, wait until it generates. It'll generate at the same size that the previous 2 maps have generated at. I'm going to go ahead and fill this one in, and I will see you back at the map wall. Okay guys, we are back at the map wall after filling in the top portion of the map because that was that direction of Z. And there you go, look at that, it's beautiful and seamless. So I'm not going to fill in any more parts of the map because it does take a while. It's not a quick process by any means. But so just to let you know how it would be done, Since this direction was Z, we only changed Z. We did not change X. The same goes for the X direction. So, since this is 245X and 204Z, we would keep Z the same. At 204, X goes up in that direction. So we would keep Z the same at 204, and we would go to X, let's see, we'd go to X 757 in that direction. We would place our crafting table down, generate a map, zoom it out twice, pull the map back up, generate the whole map, fill it in, come back to this spot right here, and it should be that square, I believe, and then we head in this direction, and the X will go down, Z will stay the same, Z stays at 204, X will become negative 267 in that direction, same thing, crafting table, generate map, zoom it out twice, bring it back up, fill it in, come back here, and it should be that spot right there. Now, in order to do the corners is where it gets a little bit tricky, but still not too bad. That's because both numbers actually change, if that makes sense. So, consider this if it were on a plane, and since this is X and this is Z, Z increases in this direction and X increases in this direction. So if you wanted to fill in this portion where both numbers are getting larger, you actually want to add 512 to the X and 512 to the Z. So this square right here would actually be 757X, 716Z, because they're both increasing when you go this direction. Since we're on the plane, if this is negative, or yes, sorry, this is negative Z and this is negative X, then going in this direction is negative X and negative Z. So this corner up here would be negative 267X, negative 308Z, and so on and so forth. If you go to this corner, which is positive X, but negative Z, you want to add 512 in the X direction, subtract 512 from the Z direction. So that's as clear as I can make that. I hope it is clear. If you have any questions, please let me know. Leave a comment. If the video helped you, give it a like, just so I know that I did a good job with this. Because I have seen a lot of people asking questions about it. I actually didn't really know how to do it either. I just had to check a lot of pages and such and try to figure it out and get the math down and work out the zooms and stuff. So that is how you make a seamless map with item frames, maps, the zooms and all that kind of stuff. So I hope it helped you out, guys. My name's Jadantastic. I will talk to you later.